County officials tell me this new way of paying means $3 million for first responders. But the main message the county says is that it's fair and equitable. At next week's primary election, Pooler residents will have a special item on their ballot: to bus or not to bus. But I'm joined now by Senate Republican candidate, or rather nominee, Herschel Walker. Herschel, you got a long road ahead of you. Before coming to Calvary Day School in January, Chris Leffler taught at Kings Ridge Christian School near Atlanta. Today, I spoke to the head of that school who shed some light on the Lefflers.
Ethan and I are only a year or 2 years apart,
okay.
So
that's not bad.
It's not too bad,
yeah.
But still,
super
moral of the story is moms are great.
They're superheroes.
Two boats collided on the Wilmington River Saturday morning, leaving at least 2 dead, according to Chatham Emergency Services. 4 other boaters had minor injuries. Chatham County Marine Patrol responded alongside the Department of Natural Resources and the Coast Guard, who employed a helicopter to search for the missing. 1 boat took on water, the other was pulled back ashore. We caught these exclusive images of one of the boats and the damage it had. The boat had been lifted with airbags to ensure it could stay afloat as it was being towed back in. Nicole Osei works at the Savannah Bend Marina. She heard the first distress calls over her emergency radio and tells us it's a somber day for the boating community.
We were hoping, of course, that it was not one of ours, let alone someone that we all know on the water. It hits home. Everybody's very close. Everybody's very close.
We went out on the Wilmington River and captured these images of the desperate search on the water. It's still unclear what the cause of the crash was. Tonight, the Savannah community is mourning after the Department of Natural Resources recovered 3 more bodies after Saturday's boating crash on the Wilmington River. DNR recovered 2 others the day of the crash. Overnight, ABC News spoke with 2 boaters who witnessed the aftermath of the crash.
They were coming around. One was heading north and south on Intercoastal, and they went around. It's a very, very sharp corner. They were going so fast that there's no way that they could have, corrected. And then when they hit, the damage was significant. Everybody flew out of the boat.
According to Calvary Day School, Chris Leffler taught history. On Sunday, the church gathered to mourn the loss of Chris, his wife, and their 2 sons. They leave behind their only daughter, Katie, who we're told has minor injuries.
We pray for Chris, Laurie, Nate, and Zach, who sadly lost their lives.
On Sunday, DNR charged local business owner Mark Stegall with boating under the influence. We snapped this exclusive image of Stegall talking with law enforcement on the river Saturday. According to public records we obtained, Stegall owns CNS Coastal, which operates the Wild Wing Cafe in Pooler and other restaurants across the Lowcountry. We also learned that Stegall has been an avid boater and has owned multiple boats in recent years. That's according to public documents we reviewed. We went to Stegall's house Sunday to learn more about Saturday's crash. No one answered. DNR investigators are still digging into this case. Officials tell us the investigation will continue over the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm joined now by Senate Republican candidate, or rather nominee, Herschel Walker. Herschel, you got a long road ahead of you, long 6 months. What's your plan? How are you going to battle with Raphael Warnock?
Well, what we're going to do is do almost what we were doing before.
What's your message to voters as you move into the real deal, November? What's your message?
My message is they got a choice.
You said you're not a politician. You said you don't dress like a politician. You don't talk like a politician. You are not a politician, but you talk about all these issues to fix. Are you the right man to do it?
Oh, I know I'm the right man to do it.
In fact, across Chatham County, there are 600 chronically homeless men, women, and children. The city sees that and now says they're focusing on the issue. So this is yours.
That is literally what I've got in my name, plus the clothes that I have on.
Jimmy Van is just one of dozens of people experiencing homelessness in Savannah. He's been living under Truman Parkway on and off for 8 years.
The only difference between us down here and people in those cars, these fancy houses, these fancy whatever you want to call them, is a paycheck. Without that paycheck, you'll be right here with us.
The Savannah City Council met Thursday at a workshop with the sole topic of homelessness.
Homelessness knows no boundaries and has no preferences. It affects everyone, regardless of your race, whether you're young, old, whether you're a woman or man.
City officials outlined their plans to tackle the issue. First, there are plans for nearly 80 affordable dwellings. From multifamily houses to tiny homes, the spaces will be spread between Savannah Gardens, Dundee Cottages, and the 916 MLK apartment complex. The city is also developing an interagency council on homelessness. Its goal is to bring all the necessary city resources together.
If you can't help us survive, leave us alone. We're doing the best we can as it is now.
Man, it's really been that long. 24 years?
It's been 24 years since Nicholas Bogus was a student in this Port Wentworth elementary classroom.
I think I sat kind of in the middle. Yep.
It will also be Nicholas's last visit.
From chalkboards to smartboards, we dedicate 105 years of molding and educating the children of Port Wentworth.
The school is closing because of its age, and there are safety concerns with it being on a busy industrial road across from the port. But before the last bell rings, the school invited former staff and students, just like Nicholas, back one last time.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's not like a depressed sad. It's like saying goodbye to an old friend.
Nicholas brought his daughter along with him. She's the same age he was, walking the halls all those years ago. But this visit with his daughter means so much more.
We actually planted the trees out front of the school. This is the tree we planted. They said, one day these trees are gonna be super tall, and you guys are gonna come here with your kids, and you're gonna show them the trees and say, we planted that.
Sunday was that day for Nicholas.
It's really complete, especially coming with my child too.
After more than a century, 30,000 students and 1,000 staff members later, Port Wentworth's last day is May 24th. Its 105-year history won't soon be lost. The memories made back then and one last time today will be with Nicholas forever.
I miss this place. It's just a great experience to be able to be here, especially to be able to experience this.
Reporting from Port Wentworth, I'm Andy Cole, WJCL 22 News.